Trading days, December 27th, 2014. This chart of the S&P 500, which is a weekly chart, I wanted to show two things. Number one, this blue circle, light blue circle that I'm pointing to, that is showing the heliocentric trine between Jupiter and Uranus. And it's coming up on Sunday, January the 11th. This is the waxing trine as opposed to the waning trine. It's the first one that will appear. So I want to just show the difference. So here's where this is a conjunction. This is the first trine, the waxing trine. Haven't got there yet. Now let's just move back here, back in time. And here's the next trine. This is the waning trine. Didn't do too much. It had a little blip, but not much happened at all. We'll go back in time. And here's the next heliocentric trine, and it's quite a move down. It moved up into it, and then a fairly dramatic drop of about 8%, if I remember correctly. So a big move on the waxing trine. If we move along here to the next waning trine, here it is, not much happening. Let's go back one more. And here is the next waxing trine, and that was, if people have been around for a while should remember this, it's the October 87 crash. So this waxing trine was right there. The point I'm trying to make is the waxing trine seems to consistently identify a fairly good down move. Correct? No, I won't say correction, but a strong down move. So I'll keep that in mind. We've got one coming up on January the 11th. It could be the week before, it could be the week after. Give it a wide time frame. The other thing I wanted to show on this chart, I'm going to go back to the beginning again, are these blue lines. And what they are the midpoint of what I'm going to call the slower moving planets. Now normally people might think of Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. I included Mars here. It's over 2 years, its rotation. So I've got Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And what this software does, it calculates the midpoint of those planets and then converts, that'll be in longitude, and then converts that longitudinal position to price. And that's what these lines are. I set it for 90 degrees, so I'll get the actual price line, and then it'll go 90, 180, 270, 360, and then back to zero again. If you look at this chart, you'll see that these lines very, very often act as either support or resistance. You'll see this moved up off the 270 line, went right through the main line, which is usually the one that you get the most resistance or support, went up to the 180, and here you'll see it just kind of fell off it, went back up and tested it, came back to the 90, tested it, went to 180, and then fell through the whole thing. You'll see this repeat over and over again, acting as support and resistance. So that's a useful tool. I'm going to keep that on the letter for some time as it gets updated. Right now we're close to the 90, so I'm going to watch for activity. If the S&P broke through 2112, and if it started moving down, I'd look around the 2023 mark. I also use Fibonacci retracements, but I've just been experimenting with this, and what eventually I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in the slower moving planets, and if I do that, It's not quite ready for prime time. I'll just make this whole chart a little bigger. You'll see that this also calculates the midpoint, but it's the midpoint of the Sun, Mercury, and Venus, and you'll see that they act as short-term support and resistance lines. So I'm going to leave this on here for in the letter for a few weeks. Pardon me. And that's all I have to say on this one. Thanks.